You've left jobs before, maybe more than once. And every time you left, you told yourself, this time it will be different. This time I'm going to find something that actually fits. This time I'm not going to end up in the same place I started. But then, somewhere around month 6 or month 12 at this new place, that feeling comes back, that same heaviness, the grace is lifting, the same, is this really it? And the same Sunday night to Monday morning dread. You start to wonder if the problem is not the job, maybe the problem is you. I want to tell you today, it is not you, but there is something that you need to see, because until you name what is actually keeping you stuck, you will keep moving from one unfulfilling situation to the next and calling it a career. Now, in today's Pivot and Prosper, we're going to name it, all 5 of them. My name is Dianne, and this is Pivot and Prosper, the show where women over 40 come to identify their potential, passion, and purpose and move it from paper to productivity. Now, if you're new here, I want to say welcome. And if you've been here before, I am glad that you're back. But today, we're going to be looking into something deep, and I need you to stay with me all the way through, because the homework at the end of this episode is one of the most important things I'm going to ask you to do. Our co-witness today is a woman that you may already know. She's found in John chapter 4, and we do not know her name, but the Bible simply calls her the woman at the well. She came to draw water at noon, which in her culture meant that she came alone on purpose. Noon was not the time that women went to the well, it was morning. Morning was the time, and she came at noon because she did not want to be seen. Jesus was there, and he asked her for a drink of water, and we know the story, and what followed was one of the most direct conversations in all of Scripture. But Jesus looked at her life, and he said, you have 5 husbands, and the man that you are now with is not your husband. Now, I don't want you to get stuck on the moral conversation, but I want you to see something else entirely. 5 husbands. She was not a bad woman. She was a thirsty woman, really, who did not really know what she really wanted or what she was thirsty for until she met Jesus. And so I want to use the example of naming these 5 husbands, not as a biblical interpretation, because it is not. And these 5 husbands were never explained in the Scripture, but I am going to use them as a metaphor to help you understand why your current work situation can be unfulfilling. Now, here's what I've seen over and over again. Women who come to me for career coaching or counseling, it's not that they're job hopping because they're flaky. They're not staying in bad situations because they're weak or anything like that. They are cycling through careers and job roles because they are thirsty for something that they've never had or never been able to name. And until you name it, you will keep going back to the same wells, back to the same job over and over and over again, and expecting different results. Now, I call these cycles the 5 husbands of career unfulfillment. Each one is a counterfeit. Each one promises to feel something real, and each one leaves you dry and thirsty and looking for something else. Now, let's go into it. Husband number 1 is prestige. This is a job that you took because of the title, because of the corner office, the business cards, the LinkedIn headline, and it looked good on paper. It just looked so good. It looked good to everyone else, but behind closed doors, you were miserable because the title was never going to tell you who you are. Only God can tell you who you are. And this particular husband, prestige, he is a counterfeit. He wants you to feel like you're somebody, or that outer exterior is who you are. But on the inside, You are very, very, very unfulfilled and unhappy. But you have to play the game. You have to do that because you were so excited and you told everybody, and this is what I've been waiting for. But that prestige, that's husband number one. Let's look at husband number two. Now, husband number two is safety. This is the job you stayed in out of fear. The benefits are good. The paycheck is steady. You knew where everything was. You were comfortable and completely unfulfilled. Safety is not the same as purpose. It never has been. Your purpose is that thing on the inside of you that God has placed, and you know what it is. But you have struggled, maybe life has happened, and you've stepped away from that original dream that you had. And to get close to it and not ever get there is an unfulfillment of a passion that's still burning on the inside of you. So as we want to be safe, we want to make sure that we have everything covered. We want to make sure that our families are secure. However, on the inside, you're still feeling unfulfilled. Husband number three is comfort. This is the role you slid into because it was easy. I know about that. You were good at it. Everyone said you were good at it. But being good at something is not really the same as being called into it. Comfort will keep you busy while your purpose waits in the corner. Husband number four is resentment. Now, this is a job you kept because you felt like you had no choice. Told yourself, I have to work here too long. I've been here too long to leave. And I've given them too much. I cannot start over now. Just going through it. And you stayed. And every day you stayed, a little more of you fell away. Now, the last one is fear, and what I like to call unfounded fear. This one is really the most powerful of all because fear does not keep you in the wrong place. Fear keeps you from ever trying the right one. Fear says, what if I fail? What if it's too late? What if I'm not good enough? What if I can't do this? You never will find out because fear has convinced you not to try at all. Now, the woman at the well, she knew the walk. She knew the routine, but she did not know that there was a different kind of water available to her until someone told her the truth. Now, today, I'm going to tell you the truth. So here's the work. I don't want you to just nod along with me. I want you to identify your husband because most women are not married to all five equally. Most women have one or two that have dominated their career story. And that is the one that you need to look at. Here's your homework for this episode. And I want you to get a piece of paper right now, if you can, or open your notes or an app or something like that. And I want you to do 3 things. Step number 1, write down every job or role you have held in the last 15 years. Don't hedge the list, just write it. We're not gonna be on the shame show. Next, go to each one and write the real reason you took it. The real reason you left or that you stayed. Not the resume version, the honest version. Did you take it for prestige or safety or comfort? Did you stay out of resentment or unfounded fear? Step number 3, look at the pattern. Which husband shows up the most? That is the one that you need to deal with before you take one more step towards your next opportunity. Now, if you want a guided version of this exercise, I have a free workbook in the description below called Breaking the Cycle of Workplace Dissatisfaction. Now, it walks you through each husband in detail. It walks you through this process with reflections and questions and a declaration page, because naming the pattern is the only first step that is going to get you past that. Declaring that it ends here this second. The woman at the well left her water jar at the well that day. She went back to the city and told everyone, come see a man who told me everything I ever did. She did not pick up her jar. She did not go back to the old routine. She left it there. And I want you to leave your jar to whatever husband has had your career. Today you are naming him. You are naming him, and today you are setting him down. You're not stuck because you're broken. You're not cycling because you're weak. You're not weak. You've been thirsty for something real that the world really has kept handing you those counterfeits. But you are here today, right now, and that means something. That means the thirst has not gone away. You've stuck with me to the end, and that is actually good news, because the thing that you're thirsty for is still waiting for you. Your potential is real. Your passion is in there, and your purpose did not expire. God did not bring you this far to leave you here. He did not do that. He's taking you to the next level. Now, download the free workbook in the description, Breaking the Cycle of Workplace Dissatisfaction. This is a free copy. Take some focus time and work through all 5 husbands and complete the declaration page. Good intentions are just good intentions unless we take action. And then I want you to come back and tell me in the comments which husband has shown up the most in your career story. Prestige, safety, comfort, resentment, or fear? Which one is it? Because we can identify. I read every comment, and I pray that this is the beginning of new opportunities for you to completely identify your potential passion and purpose, move it from paper to productivity. So I'll see you in the next episode, and you have a great one.